Here we go.
2,
Okay.
and number 3. There we go.
All right.
You're on.
Yes. Hi. You got me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. I'm Chuck, and I'm your host for this tape, Chuck's Choice Cuts. And what should I tell you? Why we're here? Now, let me sit down. I feel much more relaxed when I sit down. Okay. Well, my name's Chuck, and Ryerson is my friend running the camera, and we're here. Now, I want to tell you right off the bat that if you have any fears about our hosting ability, we have had experience hosting before.
Oh, yes, we have. We did a whole year.
Yes.
Working nights.
Yes. If you watch television in Toronto, you'd know that Ryerson and I used to do a show called The All Night Show, and then that went off the air, and, well, we were looking around for for work. Well, I was looking around for work. Actually, Ryerson didn't have to look for
busily
work.
being rich.
Yes, Ryerson had quite an inheritance last year from his Uncle Philip in Scotland, and well, in a kind of a way, that's why we're here. Why don't you explain that, Ryerson?
Well, you see, I was looking for something in television, in the television field, to put my money in, because, I mean, sitting in the bank's all right, but, I mean, I like to do things with money, you know. I mean, if you have it, you may as well play with it, you know. So I bumped into Fred and Andy, who are the owners of Admit One Video Presentations, and they said, hey, listen, why don't you put some money into the company, because we want to expand? And I said, great, now that gives me an idea, because poor old Chuck's sitting around doing nothing.
Well, not poor old Chuck.
Well, I mean, not as well off as Ryerson type Chuck.
That's right, that's true.
So
I'll admit that.
I have made that one of the conditions of putting in some money into the company, and here we are, doing our first one.
Ryerson insisted they hire me to do this. But you're lucky it's me, because I've brought down my collection. I brought down, well, things I thought that you'd be interested in seeing. I mean, you know, put a good tape together. And so we've got some cartoons, some shorts. I've got an old TV series, some serials, trailers.
So a lot to pack into 2 hours.
Yeah. You're suggesting we get on with it.
Well, it might be a good idea.
All right. Well, let me start off with this. I think you'll like this a lot. So, here we go. Come on, get out of there. I'm not absolutely used to this machine. There we go. Oh, one in there. Oh, this is the one I want to play.
I'm still getting the hang of this new camera. It's really nice, though. Makes nice pictures.
No, this isn't the one I want to play. It doesn't fit in there. Here we go.
Oh, you're trying to put a Betamax in a VHS. That's good. I like that.
Well, I haven't done it for 6 months. Okay, here we go. Play.
Switch.
And switch. There we go. And eject. All right, that was Betty Boop, and that was actually an early Betty Boop cartoon. If you watch Betty Boop, you'll notice that after a certain point, Betty Boop had to wear more clothes. You couldn't show her breasts, and she had to wear a longer skirt. And of course, this one was one of the earlier ones, before 1932, when the Hayes Commission said, no more breasts and things.
Oh.
And
Mae West got done in by that too, didn't she?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So Betty Boop, I think they're wonderful. So let me see what else I got here.
Chaos, look at that. Cassette on the floor, pictures fall to the bottom of the cassette.
Yeah, well, actually, that's true. You know, you got to be very careful. Don't drop your tapes, because you can actually disturb the molecular structure of the tape, and then you won't be able to see it. You'll get a fuzzy picture.
Oh.
If you're looking at a fuzzy picture now and you haven't dropped your tape, though, it may be some other kind of problem. But let me explain this to you right now. Here, look at now this machine here. Well, actually, stop that. Okay, if you're looking at me and I look fuzzy to you, that could be tracking problems on your machine. So if you look on your machine and you'll see a button that says tracking on it, and if you adjust that, and have fuzz, you may be able to adjust that fuzz right out of there, because
to get rid of the scramble.
Yeah, well, each tape is different, right?
Every tape records slightly differently, so that's why you have that tracking button there.
Right. So adjust the tracking button on your machine if I look fuzzy. If I still look fuzzy after you've adjusted that, maybe you've got dirty heads, and I just happen to have the thing right here, which could clean that up. Not for you personally, because it's here and you're there, but you could get one of these yourself. I use the Allsop. Here, give us money. We're advertising this for you. Just kidding. Anyway, this is very simple to use, and you get your machine up like that, and you take this little dropper. Can you see this right here?
Yeah, I can see it really nicely.
Now you got this this dropper here, and you have to be very careful, because you have to drop 15 drops, no more, We realize
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16!
Uh-oh, 16, throw it away. No, that's okay, but you're supposed to hit 15, and 25 you put on the sharing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25.
Oh, done like an expert.
Gotcha. Isn't that no good?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you slip this
Into your mouth.
Into your... and put your fingers in the machine. No. You slip it right in the machine, like so, and then you press play, and you let that run through, and it'll play for 5 seconds or so.
Oh, and that just cleans the heads right off.
Cleans the heads right off, and you can do it 2 or 3 times.
Really? And how often do you do that, Chuck?
Oh, well, only once every 6 months or so.
Really?
I mean, it cleans it right up.
Because you get all that flaky stuff off the head.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So,
Maybe I'll try that when I get home.
if you adjust your tracking, and you put in the head cleaner, and I'm still fuzzy, I'd get a new machine. Or maybe a new tape. But, meanwhile, back at the ranch, well, actually pretty close to back at the ranch, this is a serial from 1939, an old serial called Zorro's Fighting Legion, one of the many masked men doing good deeds at the time. So here we go, Zorro's Fighting Legion. And go!
Eat a live toad first thing in the morning and nothing worse can happen to you the rest of the day.
There is some advice worth taking.
Wow. Yes.
All right, get back over here,
I
Irish.
wish I could eat a toad. That
Here
would
I
be
am.
wonderful.
Well, that was James Dean, and actually, this is a fairly obscure clip, because James Dean, this was the only television thing James Dean did, The Unlighted Road, and it was done live. Well, live, it was filmed, but it was done live. So, actually, there's a very interesting story behind how I got a hold of this. Admit one. Yeah. What? Well, sure. Okay. Okay, sure. That's weird. A big hello to Marie and Bob in Scarborough from Don at the Bowlerama.
I think Don knew what was happening.
How did he find me here? That's weird. Okay, James Dean. All right, now I've got some Rafe Davis here for you. What is this?
One
Grand
interruption
Central
after
Station?
another. What is it?
Yeah, come in.
It's getting busy.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Chuck.
Yeah. Ryerson.
Hey, that's me.
Oh my God.
Who are you?
Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
I'm the security guard here.
Well, come on, step over here.
Hey,
Step over here.
Dynamite.
Let me hook you up with this. Here.
I
Yeah,
think
you
I
do
know
it.
how. I saw you do this one. I feel like
All right.
Phil Donahue.
Turn him on. Right?
Isn't that? Oh my God! I just checking a room, seeing if the locks are up, and I heard noise. I'm shocked. I can't believe this. This is fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm fine. We're making this tape, actually, Ryerson and I, It's
Back in business, as it were.
Well, yeah, not on TV, but we're putting this tape together, Chuck's Choice Cuts.
Oh, dynamite!
Yeah.
You're showing all kinds of. Oh,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
We're
Short
gone.
and surreal.
Back.
Yeah.
You're on it right now.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my God. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to have you done your thing?
Well, no, I hadn't actually.
You know what
because
I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. But I wasn't wearing the
Why don't you-
uniform.
why-
Well, if you're here,
I'm
maybe you
here.
do it for me. With me?
Together.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
How-
This is the security guard salute.
Hey,
All right.
I do this every night when I get here. You know what I'm saying?
Freeze
Okay.
the suspect in its trap.
Exactly.
All right. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Stance.
Stance.
Ready. Set. Go.
Hey! You!
All right.
Who says I wasn't watching? That's dynamite. That's dynamite.
That's great. Yeah. Well.
Boy, and you look
Hey,
exactly
listen,
like you sound.
You better buy this tip. You know what I mean?
Oh, no problem. Oh, well, hey, the door. I better get that.
Yeah. Okay.
We both know what that means.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Give me
I
the
know how to do
microphone.
that.
All right. Well, we'll see you around. You'll be back up. Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll just, keep checking, make sure everything's all right. You guys need anything, just
All right.
call me, okay?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Take care of
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah. Nice meeting you, Ralph.
Dynamite.
Hey, goodbye, Ralph.
See ya.
Okay.
Take
yeah,
good
take
care of admit one.
No problem.
I love security
It's all happening,
guards.
isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, let me play this. Rafe Davis.
Captain Fierce from the Nostromo. Yes.
All right. Well, that was a trailer from. Come on out of there. Trailer from Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Bizarre that is. There's a bunch of weird stories attached to that too, isn't there?
Yeah, well, numbers of stories. The first one is that you see Bela Lugosi in the trailer. Well, Bela Lugosi actually only made 2 minutes of the film before he died. I think he was on the film for a day or two, and then he died. So Eddie Wood, the director, had his chiropractor play the part of Bela Lugosi. So all through the rest of the film, you see these segments of Bela Lugosi from the 2 minutes clips that he did, and then you see this chiropractor who always has his cape in front of his face, so you never actually see him. But he was much, much younger than Bela Lugosi and much bigger, and but he was Eddie Wood's chiropractor, so got
Ed Wood Jr. was a bit of a strange character, wasn't he? He used to like to dress up in women's clothing when he was directing.
Very weird. Actually, here, this on Admit One tapes, of course, Plan 9 from Outer Space, if you want to see the whole thing, and also, Glenn or Glenda, can you get this, Ryerson?
Yeah, just get
Okay.
Yeah.
You see the dishy-looking blonde in the middle there?
Oh, very
on the top?
tasty.
That's Eddie Wood in Angora sweaters. Angora was his favorite material.
Hi, Chuck. Hi, Ryerson.
Oh, Doria, how are
I had
you?
so much trouble getting in here. That security guard gave me such a fight. Anyways, so I have to tell you something. The funniest coincidence happened.
What?
A couple of days ago, I was on set doing a gig, which is actors talk for a job, and I was reading the paper, and I read, "You were doing this tape." I couldn't believe it. I thought that was so great. So I thought that now that I've broken into, I don't know if you know this about me, I've made a professional television commercial.
Really?
Yes. And so now that I've broken into the business professionally, I'd like to share things I've learned with you, because I think if you ever do break into it professionally, like become a union member and all that stuff, there's stuff you should know. And I don't want to be a backbiter like other people in the biz, which is show business, we call it the biz. So I thought I'd come down here and I'd help you just, little hints that make you look a little better. Do you have a mark, things like that. So,
well, we're on now, actually. The tape's rolling. Right, the camera.
Did you see what I just did?
Yeah.
Chuck, that was a warm personal smile. And they told me at Weiss Baron that was going to be how I was going to be typecast, as a person with a warm personal smile.
Oh.
And I think that you have to learn how you're going to be typecast too, but actually you don't look very good. You need makeup because you look very old right now. Like the bags under your eyes. Now, you should have somebody here doing makeup. Actually, I can help you with it. And also, the grease on your nose shines. It doesn't look very good. They told me
Doria,
that. So there's always somebody around who has powder.
Could you
and
show
every
Chuck this
take-
when maybe we could put a tape on because we're running out of time on this tape. We've only got 2 hours. Maybe you could show that. Chuck, while we're rolling the other thing.
yeah.
Well, first you gotta have red dots in your eyes because it makes your eyes look bigger. Well,
Really?
I'll teach you that during the tape.
Okay,
but
let
you
me
feel
just
better,
let me
'cause
just
you
get
look sick. Like, not sick. Okay, not sick. But
let
on
me
tape
just
you look sick.
get this on
So
Andy's
I'll
game. Get
Yeah,
the end of
actually,
my-
some of this stuff I'd like to put on you right now.
Fine.
Can you-
Yeah. Okay. Just let me get this on
Okay, well, here, I'll just-
here.
Oh, I like that.
Looks good.
Oh, it looks great. Look at that. The man with a bulgy head.
Is the Ryerson School of Camera Work.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, technique devised by Ryerson DuPont himself.
Yes, with a lot of cooperation from my mother. It's
All right.
time for the famous Chuck contest where we give away a whole complete bunch of videotapes.
Yes, and let me tell you how to get these videotapes. First of all, if you bought a tape, you should have got a ticket with your videotape, all right? If you're renting the tape, then you should have got one anyway. Your dealer should have given you one. If he didn't give you one, go back to the store and demand that you get a ticket.
Before you watch any more of this tape.
That's right,
Yes.
because you're going to find out a number in a second. Now, I am going to draw out of this bowl here, well, all right, a wicker basket. I'm not above admitting what it really is. If I draw the number that you have that accompanies your tape, bought or rented, then you will win the entire collection of Admit One videotapes.
Whoa, that's 12 of them.
That's 12 of them, and quite a bit of your own money in that,
Right,
Ryerson.
and listen, imagine if you bought 12 blank tapes, how much it would cost you. This all has stuff on it, like Go Johnny Go and Reefer Madness and White Zombie and all of those.
Plan 9 from Outer Space and Glenn and Glenda, and everything else, which you can find out in the Admit One catalog. But you'll be the proud owner of the entire collection if your number is
And the winning number is...
142.
Whoa!
142. If your number is 142, that's 142, 142, 1 followed by a 4 followed by a 2, you would win the entire collection. That's 12 tapes, 1 folled by a 2, 12 tapes of the Admit One catalog.
Why,
And
I
better
have that number right here, Chuck.
No, Ryerson and I and dealers are not allowed to win it.
Oh, that's
you
not
would know.
fair.
Okay, so you get that number to me. Now, don't send in your ticket, because if you send in your ticket, I'll keep it and I'll get the tapes myself. You keep it, but send in a photocopy of that tape. And if you send in the photocopy to...
Admit One
One
Video
Video
Presentations,
Presentations,
311 Adelaide Street, East Toronto, Ontario, M5A 1N2. Thanks,
and if
Chuck.
you want that address anymore, you'll have to play your tape back and look at it again. But you send in your photostat or photocopy to that address, and you will win the entire collection. And without further ado, I'm going to put on... Where'd that go? Here it is. A public service announcement.
Oh, I like public
Some
service
information.
announcements,
Get
especially
this
the
in
old ones. They were ridiculous.
Here we go. Play! Well, I think that's about it for our time, is it not?
It's just about, we're just about out of tape.
Pretty well full.
Yes.
Well, I've had a wonderful time. You know,
It's really just like the old days again,
it's
isn't it?
such a...
Yeah. Shall I roll the
Ralph,
music?
yeah, come in.
Come in.
Guys,
Oh, hi.
Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Come on in, Fred.
Come on in.
are
Come on
you guys
in.
still on?
Well, just right at the end of the tape. Come on in. Here,
You're
I'm
the
gonna
boss,
introduce
I mean,
you.
you just come right in here.
Here. It's Fred from Admit One.
Hi.
Just up pretty late.
How's it going?
Good, good. It was yeah, it's going
We're
well.
almost done though, right?
Yeah. We'll be out of here in a couple of minutes. We finished up. The tape looks great. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
No, really, I mean, ask the people that are watching, they'll be real happy.
Okay. Did you tell them about the Video Rangers Club?
No, I forgot. I was going to mention it.
Always thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Be good.
Right.
See you later, Fred.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care.
Okay. Okay, that's Fred. Right, the Video Rangers Club. Now that's very interesting, because if you want to become an Admit One Video Ranger, you can by actually writing to the same address. I'll give you this again, and so that you don't have to roll back in your machine. Admit One Video Presentations.
311 Adelaide Street East, Toronto, Ontario, M5A 1N2.
I was waiting for my sidekick to fill that in for me. Okay, so you can write in, and also if you're interested, and I hope you are, if you like the tape that you've just seen, and you want more of it, or you want different kinds of things on it, you know, I'm really open to anything. I mean, as long as I've got it in my collection, or Admit One's got it, then we can put it on a tape. So, or if you want other kind of things, or you have suggestions, or whatever, do write to the address, which you're going to have to roll back on your machine now to find out, or if you want to become a Video Ranger. And I would say that's it. But really, I'm very open to, you know, whatever your suggestions may be.
Can I play my tape now?
Yeah, play your
A
tape.
little bit of Lead Belly?
Yes, certainly. Certainly. Okay. Put it on.
Okay.
Okay. There, here's it. Okay. Well, I've had a great time. And Ryerson, it's so much fun doing this again.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Now I think we better get out of here.
We'll see you next time on another tape, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
We hope.
Let me see. Everything packed up here.
Okay, I'll just lock the camera off here.
The lights. Mine. All right, you got that?
It's fading into the blue yonder here. I think, actually, yeah, I may as well kill this one as well.
Yeah. All right. Oh, well, so you think?
Oh, you may as well punch up black.
All right.